Hi, I'm Chet. I'm from Alabama, and today we're going to give you the facts. No opinion, only the known facts on hydroxychloroquine.
Oh, God.
All right, welcome back to the program. I'm Chet. This is a little bit different. We're going to give you just the facts. You're going to decide for yourself about this drug that may or may not help in this COVID-19. You're going to have to decide for yourself. I've done the research. I'm just going to tell you the facts. So go ahead and click subscribe, and we're going to get right down to it. This new drug, I should say it's not new. It was originally invented in 1934 by some Austrian dude. It was originally developed to fight malarias, which, if you ain't know about malaria, it's this kind of African AIDS that you get when you get bit by a mosquito. It gives you this parasite and it kills you. So it's been used since then, very successfully, very safely, since 1934. Later on, after some years in the 1950s and 60s, it started getting prescribed more to treat autoimmune diseases like lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, other autoimmune stuff like that. So it's been used both acutely for short-term and chronically for long-term stuff. So here's where it gets different. Now, I gotta tell you, I ain't a medical doctor, okay? I'm not a doctor. The only doctorate I have, I am a doctor, but it's my doctorate in theology that I got from Southern Alabama Grace University, which, frankly, I think gives me more credibility than these medical doctors and PhDs with their evolutionary biology and their organic chemistry and all that gay stuff. But we're going to yield to them on this one. Okay. Here's the thing. This became popular just recently because our president, Donald Jamal Trump, started talking about it as a potential cure or treatment for COVID-19. And the problem with America is we politicize everything. So, I wish I could have stated this as good as the journalist that did it. The instant the headline read, Donald Trump talks about chloroquine for COVID, you knew you was never going to get the straight answers, because automatically Fox News is going to tell you it's the greatest thing in the world. MSNBC is going to automatically tell you it's crap. And you ain't never going to learn the truth unless you go to European sources like I done. And I know Europe is kind of a crap country, but so this is what I got from them. This drug here is something called lysotropic, which acts on the lysosomes, which is an organelle inside your cells. You don't really need to know what it does inside your cell, but a lysosome is part of the cell that digests other particles, and it's acidic and does it like that. And this hydrochloroquine, it makes the lysosomes that much more acidic by changing the pH, and in this way it affects the malaria drug. The problem is we ain't know if it's the same mechanism of action for the coronavirus drug. We don't know because it ain't never been tested like that before. What we do know is that that's how it attacks and helps malaria, which is the African AIDS. For the autoimmune disorders, the mechanism of action ain't even understood. We ain't even know how come it helps with those things, but it do. Is it safe? Well, kind of, sort of. There is some drug interactions, and there's some side effects. And long-term use, you can get a lot of side effects if you're taking it for autoimmune disorder. For example, some of the side effects: twitching, deafness, ain't like that, blindness, diarrheas. It's excreted from the kidneys, so if you got some kind of renal problems, you got to be careful. The most dangerous, however, is these cardiac complications. If you got an AV block or some kind of Wunderblance block, whatever the hell that is, you could have some serious problems, and there's an overdose risk as well. In fact, if you was taking it long term for one of those autoimmune disorders, you got to have regular testing by your eye doctor because it can affect the retinal nerve and you actually could end up with some blindness. So it ain't like taking a baby aspirin or, my blood pressures that I take. It's got some side effects to it. Well, everybody want to know, does it help with chlorovirus? The short answer is, well, we ain't know because it ain't never been really tested like that. And the test that they did do using hydrochloroquine on chloroba patients was inconclusive. So they had some results that showed it didn't do nothing. They had some anecdotal results show that it did help. But the question was, those people that got better, were they going to get better anyway? Don't know. Maybe they was just drinking some high quality moonshine. Oh boy. My grandma used to say, my dear sainted grandma, she would say, ain't no germs alive that can survive a blood alcohol content of 4%. But that ain't for everybody, so. Well, what's the dangers? The dangers, if you got one of these cardiac arrhythmias, you got some serious troubles. You might want to think about taking this stuff and talk to your doctor. But you really ought to talk to your doctor anyway, because who knows? Basically, the conclusion is it's inconclusive. It may or may not help. Nobody knows. What is for certain is that there is an increased risk, and especially if you got cardio problems, it's showing you got a 3 times increased risk for arrhythmias, 3 times increase of risk for death if you got one of these cardio problems. And the other danger is, if everybody go rushing out to get it, there's people out there that need it for real for their autoimmune disorders, and maybe they're going to disrupt the supply. And of course, you got numbskulls taking it willy-nilly without consulting with nobody, like this fool in Arizona who took the hydrochloroquine for the fish tank. And technically, it's similar stuff, but he had a reaction and he's dead now. And that was Arizona, not even Florida. You would expect a numbskull like that to be from the Sunshine State, but he was from the desert crap, nuclear wasteland state of Arizona. So we know that the President Trump, Donald Jamal Trump, is taking it. The thing is, he's the president, right? He got access to all the best care at the snap of a finger. He decided, I need a cardiac rhythm strip. A guy comes running out of a closet and administers it to him. So he's in a different boat than the rest of us, but I can understand. So that's the facts about hydrochloroquine. You talk to your doctor. Man, don't do nothing crazy. Don't go out to the pet store and take this stuff, for God's sake. And don't take it without consulting with somebody. Because when, people say, what's the harm it could do? It could do harm. So I can't tell you to take it. I can't tell you to don't take it. Those are the facts. You decide for yourself if you want to talk to your doctor about it. I'm sorry this was a boring episode, okay? They can't all be fat people falling off of zip lines. Sometimes we got to do a public service to the community. Go ahead and click subscribe. Or do not click subscribe. Because I am Chet from Alabama. And I do not care if you click subscribe or not. Keep it real in the field, Oh, God.